So now we know the intention of this training is to help us all understand that document, the goal and action plan, the importance of goal setting, having that intention of what we're going to be doing in the coming month, and having everything lined up so we have absolute clarity of where we're going to invest our time. So we are not just busy, but we're accomplishing because we're productive with our time. So the first thing that's important to understand is the goal and action plan sheet is actually found within our team One Mondo Global Facebook page. First of all, if you're not in that page, I would invite you to request to be added into that page. Here we welcome people, acknowledge the success stories, promote announcements of promotions and upcoming trainings and events. So you're always informed and kept abreast of what's happening within the team. So once you've been added, ask your sponsor to invite you into that page if you're not yet in that page. But once you are, under the Files tab, as you can see on the screen, we have a number of documents that will aid you in building your business. The very top one, the goal and action plan, you're going to want to download it, keep it somewhere safe, maybe on your desktop, or create a Zinzino file for all your documents and keep that on your desktop so you've got easy accessibility to it. Why? This goal and action plan sheet is going to be a tool that you're going to want to use every month. You really want it towards the closer of a month, maybe the last day of the month, when you're finalizing all the volume and the points and the credits for that previous month. And you want to really collate all the information, which we're going to walk through today. And on the 1st and 2nd of the month, really within your first 24 and 48 hours, you really want to have this sheet completed, and you want to reach out to maybe your enroller if they're able to counsel and guide and train, or keep going in that line of sponsorship until you find someone who can allocate some time. You only need around 20 minutes or so once this form's completed to schedule a business get together. The intention is to work through the sheet together, to look at the numbers and commit to a goal for that coming month. So success is a planned event. And so making sure that you have access to this sheet, and we create the discipline of each month of working through it, then when we launch into a new month, we don't waste a day or two or even a week before we start thinking about what am I going to do this month. See, success is a planned event, as I've just said. So that's where you download the sheet. And this is what the sheet looks like if you've not previously seen it. So here it is, the goal and action plan. There's a number of categories here, and we're going to just speak about them briefly. I don't want to go too deep into the training because you can do this with that individual that you're going to be counseling with, working alongside and checking in with them. But the first one is simply review. Review the month you've just had. What went well? What were you pleased about? What didn't go as well? So pick the top 3. Was it a new customer? Did you enroll more partners than you expected? Did the volume increase beyond what you expected? Write down the things that you were satisfied with and celebrate them, because it's important to celebrate the victories of the previous month. Then write down the things that maybe need some attention, didn't go as well as planned, maybe threw you a curveball, but you learned from it. So when we review, we don't only just review what went well, we review what didn't go as well, so we can look at addressing that throughout the coming month. The second one is write down the goal you want to hit that month. What rank would you like to be? And if you don't understand the ranks presently, then I would encourage you, again, log into your back office, and I'll show you that in a moment. Go to File Library, Partner Material, and then download the compensation plan. And within the compensation plan are all the ranks which are explained in what volume is required to hit that rank. So decide what rank you want to hit that month. What volume in balance credits will that require? So now we've got the goal set, and we know the volume that we need to accumulate to hit that goal. So as we start the month, now we want to understand what is our baseline. Because remember, this business is about, over time, accumulating customers and then helping others on your team to accumulate customers. But at the end of the month, all that customer volume is your business. And long as those customers are on subscription, The next month, those subscriptions will be processed again, and that volume will come back in again. So what we want to do is you start a new month. This is a very valid point to understand. In a real job, in a real business, we get paid for that month and we have to do it again, then we get paid. When you're building your Zinzino business, you build a customer base, you get paid on that customer volume for that month. And yes, you start at zero at the beginning of the next month and you keep building again. But the previous month's volume on subscriptions will be processed that second month and ongoing months. So you never start at zero. It looks like you're starting at zero when you get paid and they reset the system every month. But if you look into your back office and see how many customers are on subscription, you know that that is business that will be generated this month. So you never start at zero in this business. You just keep building upon those customers that you've built. So we're going to show you where to get that information. Now, once you've set your goal and you found out what volume you have, what volume that you may have rolled over from the previous month, we call that banking, that we haven't been paid on, but we haven't lost it because we're active. So that stays in our system and adds to the next month. Once we got our baseline, then we can take the baseline and then we can set our goal. And the difference is what we need to generate as new volume. And there's two ways we're going to generate that new volume. Our personal enrollments of new partners and customers, our team's goals, working with those in the team who have goals, those who are coachable, those who understand the system and want to work the system so duplication really takes hold. And then working with them, identifying what sort of time commitment are we going to put in for our own personal sharing of the opportunity to partners, sharing with potential customers to add to our personal subscriptions. And then who are we working with in our organization? Now, understandably, when you're just getting started, it's just you. But as you work with your support team and they start to help you go through those fast start bonuses and going smart bronze, getting those 4 subscriptions, going fast silver and getting 4 partners to join you, going X Team Express and getting those 10 subscriptions, and all of those have an impact on the compensation plan for you. And that's another training. But identifying over time in a few short months, you'll have people on your team that will want to be setting goals. They'll be wanting to do this sheet along with you. And all of a sudden, not only do you have a goal for the month, but you're working with people on your team that have a goal for the month that accumulatively helps one another to achieve their goals. So that's what the sheet looks like. I now want to take you into the back office so we can access the information and show you where you gather the information. So I'm just going to make sure my screen is not refreshed. It may have logged me out. Let's have a quick look. No, I'm still in. Great. So the first thing I said I'll show you is the file library where you can download the compensation plan. So to the left-hand side, file library, select, scroll down in the subcategory to partner material, and then immediately to the right, the compensation plan. So when you click on the compensation plan and we scroll through, we will scroll down, and throughout the compensation plan, it has all about your fast starts, your customer gathering bonuses, the steps to take, volume commissions. So don't get overwhelmed by it. But here you will come to a section that will talk about the ranks in the business. Now, the ranks start off as silver, then it goes to gold, then it goes to executive. So here you can set your goal. So what goal would you want to be? What's your goal? What rank would you like? Well, Dave, I would like to be a platinum. Well, platinum's a goal, but these are the balance credits that we need. So each rank is explained in the compensation plan. So hopefully that helps for you to decide what rank you want to be and what credits are required to hit that rank. So what I want to do now is work through the sheet with you on the action plan. So the first thing we're going to do on point 3, it says banking. If you look here, banking volume. Well, banking volume comes from As you build two teams, a left and a right, remember the compensation pays us a 1/3, 2/3 ratio. So sometimes one leg will produce a lot of volume, the other one will produce a less volume, but you're paid on the balance of that. And any volume that is not accredited into commission, you keep and it rolls over to next month. So next month, you may start at 0 in one team, but the other team may have some volume that has rolled over. So let's have a look at mine. I'm going to use mine as an example. So we're in May, but I know that May, I started with nearly 40,000 banked volume. So I'd go back to my sheet and I would put that figure in there. Let's use 40,000. It was 39,000 and some odd credits. So let's use 40,000 as a round figure. So I know I got 40,000 in my right team that's banked and it's rolled over from the month before. Now I want to calculate what credits do I have that are coming in this month that are on subscription, auto ships. Now, auto ships apply to two things, customer subscriptions and partners Z for free. If a customer is on a bottle of oil, we know that's 4 credits. A partner's auto ship, a Z for free auto ship is 10 credits. So on my left, I will have a combination of customer subscriptions personally, customer subscriptions of partners in that team, and partners auto ship subscriptions, and the same in the right side. So let's show you where you gather that information. So we're going to go into your back office again, and you're going to click reporting. And then you're going to go to the top where it says customers. Click on team customers. And now you'll see that you have total points for your left team, total points for your right team. So let's look at left. Total left points, 3,404 points. So let's say I'm just going to use for this example, 3,000. So we go back to my sheet. I will put in auto ship numbers on my left are 3,000 points. But each point is at least 4 credits because that customer point is a customer subscription. And let's say they're only on a bottle of oil. We know that a bottle of oil is worth 4 credits. Remember, a product has 2 things associated with it, a customer point and the value of credits. So that what you see in your back office are customer points. So you can times that by 4. That will give you the number of credits that will be processed in the month of May from that left side of the team. So remember also that when you build your business, get into 18, 25 subscriptions, personal customer subscriptions. Your first 10 need to be personally enrolled by you, customers. But you could actually have customers, and they accumulate points. And once you get to 25 accumulative customer personal points, you are called RCB qualified. Why is that important? Well, those 3,000 credits now on the left times 4 for a bottle of oil is 12,000 credits. But if you're RCB qualified, meaning you've got 25 personal customer subscriptions, that's going to be doubled. So the sooner you get to 25 subscriptions, the sooner your monthly subscriptions that are residual volume doubles. Remember what I said? We never start at 0 every month. It may start at 0 to start counting, but if you've got customer subscriptions, once they're processed that month, it adds to the volume. So let's say 3,000 on the left. I am RCB qualified. So that now is 24,000 credits that will be coming in the month of May. Let's do the same exercise on the right, 4,700. Let's use 4,000 for this hypothetical analogy. 4,000 on the right times 4 is 16,000, but you're RCB qualified, double that, and that's 32,000. That's how you calculate what is banked and rolling over. Sometimes you don't have any, sometimes you have some, sometimes you have a lot. And the reason why someone may have a lot banking is because maybe they've got they're not building yet, but they're in a team that is building, and they've accumulated volume, and now they're sitting on some balanced credits that's been gifted effectively. And when they're ready to get building their own business, they can tap into that banked volume. So now I know that my goal is X. Number two, what is my goal? And let's say, just for an example, these are not real numbers, but I want you to understand the concept. Let's say my goal is a rank, and that rank is, I need to generate 15,000 balance credits. But once I've done my exercise on number three, what's my banked volume? What's my left residual from customer subscriptions and partner subscriptions? What's my right volume? Add the right volume to the banking volume. Now that gives me my starting point of the month. And let's say all those credits accumulated are 10,000 credits. Well, I know that's coming in. My goal is 15,000. So now in the month of May, in addition to what I know that's coming in, I've got to build and create and work with people in my team to get another 5,000 worth of credits in new business. So let's talk about the new business. There's two contributions to the new business: my personal commitment and working with those in my team who are committed. So my personal goal. So if my baseline is 10,000 credits, I've worked that out. My new goal is 15,000 credits. I know there's a 5,000 deficit. What's my personal contribution? Well, now this is where you set your personal goal. Well, you know, I would like to introduce 2 new partners, and I would maybe like to get 5 new customer subscriptions. Well, that's my goal. So I set that down. Then now I calculate, if I hit my goal, what is that worth in credits? And these again are just an example. If I'm in the business and I'm ECB qualified, that means I'm an X team, whether I did it X team express in my first 60 days or X team because I missed my first 60 days, but I got to 25 subscriptions as quickly as possible. That unlocks my ECB. And just to remind you, maybe inform you if you don't know what it means, ECB means enrollment credit bonus. Enrollment gives an indication, it means new. So any new customer, any new partner, personally, any new customer, any new partner that appears in your organization, if you're ECB qualified, it doubles the credits. So if someone comes in on an ultimate pack that you personally enroll, we know that's 150 credits. If they come in on an advanced pack, the middle pack, that's 65 credits. If they come in on a basic, we know that's 25 credits. If I'm not ECB qualified, that's the credits I will earn, whether I personally bring people in or they are new partners that join the team somewhere in the organization. But if you're ECB qualified, the 25 goes to 50, the 65 goes to 130, the 150 goes to 300. That's why it's so important to get to your 25 subscriptions as fast as possible if you miss going X team, because you double all your new business volume and you double all your monthly subscriptions. So let's say you are ECB qualified. Well, now I'm going to go get 2 new partners, and my goal is to bring them in on an ultimate. Now, if I hit my goal, 150 credits per ultimate kit now turns into 300. I'm going to do 2 new partners. That's my goal. So that's 600 credits by bringing in 2 new personal partners is my contribution. I'm going to go and get 5 subscriptions. That's my goal. 5 balance oil customers. We know when the balance oil customer starts, that's 14 credits. But because I'm ECB qualified, I get 28 credits. 28 credits times 5, got to do the math now, is 140. So that I can generate 100, my goal, that's what I'm going for. 2 new partners be worth 600 credits. 5 new customers worth 140 credits. So my contribution to that 5,000 gap for me to rank up, my goal is to bring in 600 from my partners and 140 from my customers. So my contribution is 740. That's my goal. 740 deducted from the 5,000 gap leaves me 4,260 credits that I need to find throughout the team. So now we go down to our team goals. Who are we working with? If you're new initially, it's just going to be you, and that's okay. But over the period of time, people will join your organization. They will start to identify themselves. Some, they are here just to see what it's about. Some, they dip in and out. Others, they're ready to go. They're ready to build a business. They understand the system, the training, the support, and they've got goals of their own. So identify those people, help them see where they're at, what's their baseline, where would they like to go? Because when you run that exercise with them and help them focus on their goals, remember their goals is accumulation and contributes to the bigger goal. So 5 is identify a few people, find out where they are, their first ranks, and how you're going to help them get to the higher rank of their decision. Remember, their goal is their goal. Never force your goal onto goals of others. If there's a gap, once you've got everybody's goal and there's still a gap, the goal is for you to fill the gap. So now we move on to 6. 6 is, okay, if my goal is X, how many presentations am I willing to do around my faith, around my family, around my career? Now I've got to make time. See, without a goal that you are serious about, then we will drift through a week or 2, and the month will go, 6 months will go, and then we'll start to share with others, hey, I've been in that thing for a while and it just doesn't, because we never mastered goal setting. And more importantly, we never committed to making things happen. So success, I'll say it again, is a planned event. So work your calendar. If you are new to the industry, if you're new to Zinzino, or you've never done something like this before, maybe your conversion rate is going to be higher than someone who's a little bit more seasoned. That's okay. They started like you once also. But over time, as you use 3 ways, let someone else share the presentation for you, let someone else share with customers for you, and you do the me, we, you, work together with someone who's understanding how to build, schedule your calendars together, and together help you hit those goals. So how many blocks in your diary are you going to put aside to learn how to invite people to take a look at the business and get them to watch the presentation or get them on a 3-way call with your sponsor? How many blocks are you going to schedule for sharing the product? Remember, as we approach people about the opportunity and approach them about the customer base, it's 2 different conversations. And that should have been handled in your getting started training also. So plan your meetings. Now, 7, identify the people in your team that are going to do the same as you. Not the same goal, not want to do the same thing as you as regards to as big as you or end up in the same place as you. But when I say the same as you, is meaning they have a goal, they're willing to commit to it, they're willing to put time into it, they're willing to put the numbers down so they have an absolute clarity of the direction of their goal. They know where they're starting from, they know the deficit, and they know who they're working with to make it happen. So these 7 steps, you want to plan on having this completed by the 1st and 2nd of every month. Why? Because if you can get your information, set out, review what went well the month before, what didn't go as well as you anticipated, great, we've reviewed it, we've acknowledged it, maybe celebrated it, maybe adjusted it, but then we go again and we reset the goal. We understand the volume. Number 3, we identify where the volume's coming from, what's rolled over, called banking, what is happening in my left and right team that are guaranteed subscriptions for this month that need to be processed. That gives me my baseline. Now, what do I need to do personally? What's my contribution? Who am I working with in my team that I can help them set their goals? And who are we running the same goal setting exercise with? And then that's who you work with that coming month. As your team builds, you're only ever going to be able to work with a handful of people because you don't have time. And that's why the system is so important. That's why teaching people the right basics and allowing them to duplicate the basics. Sometimes it takes a few people some time to trust the basics. Others will try and adjust the basics, and hopefully at some time they'll come back in alignment and realize the system is the pure duplication of building a solid business. So hopefully that was of value. Any questions that you may have, by all means, never hesitate to reach out to your support team, your sponsor. And in closing thought, your enroller, your sponsor, we should always be grateful for. But sometimes they are new too. So understand your business doesn't depend, successful or failing, on the person who enrolled you, because you can go and find someone in your line of sponsorship, long as they are understanding the strategy, understanding and teaching the basics, then find someone who can work with you, guide you, advise you, and show you the right basic steps, not only to build your business, but that can be duplicated consistently further down in your organization, no matter how far down that someone wants to build it the right way. I hope that's been of value. Enjoy the training, share it with people, and then let's make sure that each month that we utilize this sheet to not only just celebrate the past month's victories, but that we have clarity of a goal that's a planned event, and we know exactly what we need to do, where we're going to work, and who we're going to work with. Take care, everybody. My name is Dave Ives. Look forward to seeing the success stories that you create on a monthly basis.